This activity has involved conducting an Australian waste policy regulatory review across 6 states to examine current regulatory policies and legislation and identify the barriers and opportunities for the adoption and reuse of agricultural derived products at the site of generation and for off-site end users. The review focused on regulations relating to compost, solid manure, effluent, digestate and mortalities. This information is really important to know for both regulators, industry and researchers that are developing new products in order to capitalise and support innovation, maximise the value, close the loop and facilitate a circular economy. The activity involved a literature review and consultation with the state regulators. The study uncovered significant inconsistencies between state regulations. Many jurisdictions lack clear guidelines on when waste is no longer a waste and when a waste can be reclassified as a beneficial product. There are also inconsistencies in waste classifications, risk ratings, and the provision of exemptions. Some of these barriers are found to be quite problematic to the adoption and uptake of ag-derived products. For instance, in some states, effluent is classified as a controlled waste or a liquid waste, requiring special permissions for transport, tracking, and reuse off-site. In other cases, agricultural products must meet commercial industry standards such as commercial compost facilities and municipal wastewater systems, which are inappropriately stringent and have very differing risks compared to farm-generated materials. Many of the materials such as manure, effluent and carcasses are also rated high risk, subsequently requiring more complex process requirements, standards that involve chemical, microbial and physical testing, and restrictions on reuse. The ratings do not take into account the nature of livestock-derived feedstocks being organic, with a lack of human interaction, they're generally isolated in nature, and the end-use and mitigation strategies that we have, such as withholding periods for grazing animals. This means that many of the requirements do not appear to be based on science and do not take into consideration the fit-for-purpose nature of the end products. There is also inequality in exemptions in a number of states. For example, raw manures and effluent can be provided off-site, but if this same material is composted, it needs to demonstrate that it meets quality standards. Ironically, these regulations can lead to poorer environmental outcomes. Farmers might choose to stockpile waste rather than compost it to avoid costly testing and standards compliance. Similarly, classifying on-farm effluent as a controlled or liquid waste discourages its use as a fertiliser off-site. The review also identified opportunities to improve the adoption and reuse of ag-derived resources. Some jurisdictions have the potential to reclassify materials as products rather than waste, as long as they're used in accordance with general environmental duty or general provisions of the Act, that is, not to pollute the environment or cause human health impacts. There is also potential for expanding exemptions and determinations that allow land application of manure and effluent under specific conditions. The key opportunity lies in the collaboration between industry and regulators, working together to develop clear, targeted regulations and guidance materials. This can ensure better outcomes for both the agricultural sector and the environment. This approach could lead to more sustainable reuse of agricultural byproducts, facilitate a circular economy, and align with waste reduction strategies across Australia. Moving forward, learning from each jurisdiction's successes and challenges will be extremely important. By finding the right balance between the environmental protection and resource utilisation, we can support the widespread sustainable uptake of these valuable agricultural products across the country.